short sleeves. Though, they promise that by tonight that will change. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, we're here in Lawrence. Gonna go try out this new place for lunch. Lawrence, Kansas. I don't think this place is new, but it's new to me. I'm gonna go in and give it a try. Gorgeous day, and I'm moving the car because I have to, because parking, and we're gonna go over here to South Park and see if I could take advantage of this gorgeous weather while it lasts, and put the drone up, see if we have luck with that. And so here we go. Wish us luck. I'm actually here to buy a present for someone, but shh, it's a secret. Right, doggies? Right? Sorry, you can't come in here. You know, I just realized something. I have not yet had my coffee. So I don't know if I've ever done drive-through of Lawrence at night. It's a pretty town. A lot going on. It's you know, it hasn't abandoned its downtown, although I saw a book once. I should have bought it. It was a study done about 1980. And the gist of the study was that old downtowns were out and shopping malls were in, and so the powers that be wanted to tear the central business district down wholesale, I think with federal money. They wanted to tear everything down. Essentially, I think from this street all the way to City Hall. I mean, flatten all the buildings and build a mall. And it showed all the feasibility plans for different mall designs. You know, it was like, can you imagine what would happen if they had done that to Lawrence? What it would be like now? It'd be, you'd see tumbleweeds. They'd be tearing the mall down, and then what? What would they build here? Nothing. Be dead. They would have ripped the heart out of this town. You know, you see these kind of things happen all the time. People say, well, if we tear the old down and start new, then then things will be wonderful. Well, it's wonderful for those who are benefiting directly from tearing down and building new, but it's not wonderful for everyone else. As a matter of fact, it usually comes out terrible. I think they eventually did get their mall, and kind of got their mall, and people resisted all the way. But they eventually did kind of get their mall, and they built it up here on the riverfront, and it was opened in 1990, and it was an outlet mall. Now, what do we think of outlet malls? They built 2 outlet malls in this town, actually, but this one was an actual shopping mall, pretty big one. 3 floors. If I remember right, they never completely filled the mall, and there was a lot of hoopla, and yeah, the mall is a great thing, the greatest thing in the world. Had a whole PR department and everything else. The mall is completely dead. It's been turned into a hotel. And the other outlet mall they built in North Lawrence, which was actually more like a strip mall. It's like a office building or something like that. It's not. Neither of them succeeded. But the great thing about a lot of these developments is that it's people risking other people's money, and then telling everybody else what they should do with their town. Usually it's people that come from outside who do that. The big problem with Lawrence now is there's a lot of empty storefronts, because a lot of turnover downtown, because the rent is just so high. It's becoming a victim of its own success. But I tell you one thing about Lawrence, it's no Topeka. You know what I mean. But no, I'm glad that Lawrence didn't turn into Topeka, or I think there's a couple of Kansas towns where they turned the downtown into a shopping mall. I think Manhattan, Kansas is one of them. People look at the old pictures now and they wish they had the old downtown back. It would have been much nicer, much more usable. But I don't know. We never seem to learn from history. It's not a matter of learning from history. I think people know full well what goes down. I think it's just that there's no accountability, and there's a lot of greed involved. And when you can buy off City Hall sometimes in a lot of these towns, put your own pro-developer candidates in, rubber stamp whatever you want, and then people will build it and run away with the money and leave everybody else with the disaster. But anyways, crossing the Kansas River, the Bowerstock Dam just below us, built in the 1800s, and coming into North Lawrence. I like North Lawrence too. It's not as lively as South Lawrence, but it's got some interesting aspects to it. The train depot over here, and a little North Lawrence sort of downtown area. And there's a couple of buildings down that way that are sort of like a mini business district. And we didn't get to go to the trains today. Didn't get to shoot the trains. As a matter of fact, did I just see a train? I don't know. Maybe not. But we did get to fly the drone. It was a bit windy. And I'm thinking about BAR-K. I can't say it because I don't want to get the hopes up of the children here. But yeah, I think that's where we might go for a little bit. Anyway, Hee hee.